I gotta try to figure out how I'm gonna get. I think I know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get it set up on jack stands. And we'll just cut this frame out from under it. Any way I do it's gonna be aggravating. I don't know how they got it bolted to the front. It's like just sheet metal screws. Yeah. So they got sheet metal screws on the front, bolts in the back, and that's it. Guess I could come all the way in with it a little farther and then hang some straps off of the lift. To do that, that's what we'll do. I'll come on in some a little farther. That's what we'll do. Plan B. Tilt it down a little bit. Tilt it down just a tickle. Oh. Is that a tickle? That was a tickle. Y'all seen anything? Probably not. So we got our new floor system right in under this car. And you see this metal frame that's on it. I gotta try to get that frame off. You can't exactly put jack stands under our rockers, our inner rockers, because then we're going to have to try to work around those. And rather than cut this thing up, I'm thinking I might try to make a jig out of it to mount to my boat trailer I have. So I won't try to take it all out at once, because it does have some good mounting spots a person might can use. I don't know. We will see. You might be able to improve it and make it a little better. I don't know. We'll see. So, let me get some straps hooked to this thing and get it hooked up to my lift, or I can unbolt, get the tractor out of the way and unbolt this thing. It's hot enough or not. Should be high enough. Just a swinging. No, Conway Tweety. I don't know if Conway Tweety sings that or not. I'm sorry. Well, it's a good song though. Maybe We can get that thing out now. Update of the day. I about burnt the shop down. I about burnt the whole shop and everything in it down today. So I need to stay away from that over there and just play over here. Because I about burnt my car to the ground and the shop. Everything in here got black sooted up. I was putting a fender flare on the Eleanor over there, and the fiberglass, I was putting fiberglass resin and mat on it, and for whatever reason the fiberglass wasn't drying like it normally does. So I took my little butane torch like I always do. I know it's not the right way to do it. I don't have a heat gun, so I was just going back and forth like I always do, and then all of a sudden, woof, resin is highly flammable. Ask me how I know. I know it's stupid, but I've done it a million times and I've never had any problem. I know now not to do it. I can just drag that out. Let me move my tractor out of the way. I'm going to show y'all what I done earlier. So I caught my car on fire. It's a mess over here. So I've been playing with my car. This is the wrecked M-Tech car. And I just work on it for a few hours, like on the weekends or something. This car stays covered up and it'll never get worked on. So I made that upper nose, that lower nose. And as you can see, I've been body working it and getting it the way I want it to fit. It takes a lot of work, fellas. And I've been fitting the headlights, doing it the way I like doing it, you know. I don't do it the traditional Eleanor way. I made my upper nose where I can use one of these beauty rings. Don't look at that. That all gets cut out. But as you can see, my Eleanor is going to have trim rings around the headlights, unlike a whole lot of them where you can see all the adjusters and all that garbage back there. You get the idea. But you can see like the adjusters and the screws back here where you can adjust everything. But anyway, I had that fender flare up there. And what I was doing was I put the fender flare up there and I was actually going to pull a new mold off of that fender flare. So I had my mold release on it, my wax. I had it secured to the body with 2 screws. And I was fixing to make me a new mold. Well, the resin that I got, the resin was working perfect yesterday. And don't get me wrong, I know how to mix up fiberglass resin, y'all. I've done it boot hundreds of times. I mean, I make my own fiberglass parts. I don't know what the deal is. It's almost like the fiberglass set went bad or something. That or, I mean, I put the right hardener in it. I don't know what happened. But anyway, so I was taking my little butane torch, which is right there. And I was a long ways away from it. I mean, I didn't have the flame touching or nothing. I was just letting the tip of it, the heat, you know, just heat the panel up like I've done a million times. And it caught on fire. It was fire. It was blazing all up on my fender. Of course, you can't tell it now because I wiped everything down with lacquer thinner. All the floor right here was black and soot. All this was black soot because it was sitting here burning. Keep in mind, that flare was screwed to that. I couldn't exactly take my screw gun to it and take the screws out because it was in under all them layers of fiberglass. I couldn't even see the screws. And I wasn't going to burn my drill. I didn't want to burn my card either. So I sacrificed my hands. I reached in there and I got in behind that fender flare and I just started jerking while it was on fire. And I got it jerked off from that screw and this screw. And I'll show you what we're left with. And so it fell on the floor and I got me a shovel. And I just throwed it out back here. So this was a brand new Eleanor fender flare. And that's what it's been reduced to. You talking about blazing. So wet fiberglass on top of the original fiberglass. It didn't take much. And I mean, she's just gone. Gone. So, crisis averted. Thank the good Heavenly Father above. Didn't burn my shop down. Alright, so I have stuck these old crappy rocker panels, if you ask me. I don't really like the quality of them. They're Dynacorn, but I still don't like the quality of them. They are not really they're not really consistent. As you can see, like, this is flush here. It's flush back at the back, and it's dropped down right there. And the curve is not consistent. It's kind of in and out. I mean, I guess that's the best you can do nowadays. This is the best stuff that you can get. So, I can imagine how bad the cheaper ones are. So what we want to do is we want to get a measurement from this point right here. And look at this. See this right here? How this is just... It's supposed to be sharp. It's supposed to be a sharp point right here. And it kind of is right here. But once it gets up here, it's more of like a... just a roll. It's not sharp at all. That's another really crappy point about this rocker panel. But anyway, that area is very crucial because that's where your fender meets up to your rocker, and that's actually where the front corner of your door is going to line up to that point right there. So we need to get a measurement from that corner point the best we can to this front edge right here. So I'm going to go back. Oh, I got another one up here. I'm going to go get a measurement off a car that has not been cut on, and we'll get a measurement from it, and we'll know exactly what we got to put it on. Okay, so this is a 65 Mustang. You see this? That's nice and sharp. Nice line all the way down. That other one's round. You hear people all the time saying that the aftermarket rocker panels that you get nowadays, they're not very good quality. Well, that's why. Like this one's, it's pretty much straight, and it's got a little bit of a curve to it. This one is good. That one in there, the new one, no good. We got to use it though. When that car came in, it had no rockers. I mean, they were rotted out, so that's the best we can do. So we need to get a measurement from that point to this point up here, which will be here. My tape measure will cooperate with us. Come on now, tape measure. The lock ain't working very good. So you get the idea. I'm gonna get us a measurement, and then we'll go from there. I'm also gonna get a measurement from this point to this point. I'm pretty sure I already did. I got it wrote down on the car over there. I'm gonna get one off this car and just compare the two. All right. So I got it figured out. Right there where it's sitting right there is where I need to put some line-up screws. And I need to start putting my hose for my plug welds. So what I ended up doing was I went and measured two different cars, and they both measured out the same. So I know these outer rockers aren't the best in the world, but this is what we got to work with. So when it's all said and done, the edge of this, let's bend a little bit. I need to all that out. The edge of this quarter panel, the old quarter panel, needs to land right here to this inside edge of this. That's 15 3/4 from the outside edge of this to this inside edge of this mark. So that's where this outside edge, this line right here, this needs to land right here. There are new quarter panels and our B-pillar, all that should be right. So our next line I drawed, I went from the edge of this all the way forward to, it's supposed to be a corner right here, but it's not. It's more like a rounded edge. So that's supposed to be 61 from the outer edge to this. So that's 61. From that end down there all the way up to this mark ends up being 64.5 to this inside edge. That's exactly where the edge of our A-pillar needs to land. So this edge here will be right here. So then I measured from this inside edge, from the outer side of this edge to here, and it measured 11.5. That's exactly what it needs to be, 11.5. So as of right now, all this stuff is fitting exactly like it's supposed to. And if you measure from that outer edge all the way up to this point here, it measures out exactly the same too. So we're good. Everywhere's good. Right there is where it needs to be. That's exactly like it is from the factory. I got me a little drawing right here. So everything's gonna be good. I'm gonna do the other side the same way. I'm gonna make sure we're not up or down or anything. Make sure right now I got this car, and this is if you haven't noticed, this is a convertible bottom. It's got inner rockers. It has that solid platform. It goes all the way across. This is going to be one stiff little car. This is going to be a autocross car. We want it to be as stiff as possible. And boy, you talking about rigid. You jack one corner up, the whole thing goes up. So right now I've got it set in level from front to back, side to side, front and back. We are good. It measures out the same from the floor up to the bottom of the rocker, from the floor up to the bottom of the rocker. Right now, where it's setting, we can build this car off of the way it's setting right now. So that's what we're going to do. I may have to shift it this way or the other when I let the body down, but I won't know until I let the body down. I'm going to go around and clean up all my edges. I'm going to take my little spot blaster and clean up all these little edges and spray it with some, what do you call it, inhibitor, I don't know what it's called. It kills the rust. I'm going to spot blast it. I'm also going to spray that stuff on it. Some weld-through primer. Or that, what do they call that stuff? Neutralizer stuff? I'm going to spray that on there. I'm going to spray some weld-through primer everywhere we're going to weld. And first things first, I'm going to get these rockers welded on. I'm going to probably weld every other one, the hole that I put in, just to get it in place. And then once I get the car down, get it tack welded in place, and I'll go in and I'll really start welding on it. Because I don't want nothing to move. See that? We are dead in the center between the two lines. Perfectly level on both sides. We're perfectly level across our... Perfectly level between our frame rail extensions. Or I think they're called floor supports. Perfectly level. And we are perfectly level across the back. Just want to trust me. I don't want to bump my head on. I've done hit my head on that 2 or 3 times this morning. I'm about ready to go in the house and watch Bonanza. Oh, yes, burn them, boys. Frying bacon. The little welder I'm using, it's a Pro Big 135 by Lincoln. It's old as the hills. It's probably at least 25, 30 year old, I'm gonna guess. Still works pretty good. But a company has reached out to me, Art Captain, and they're gonna send us their, I think it's their 160 MIG. I think it's like a multi-purpose, like a 5-in-1 multi-purpose welder. As soon as that comes, we're gonna try it. I forgot to mention, I put the weld-through primer on the, you're going to be doing a lot of welding. Make sure you put weld-through primer on the surfaces that you're going to be welding, like that lip. I didn't show it, I don't think, but before I put the rocker back up on there, I sprayed some of the weld-through primer on it. Alright guys, so I've been monkeying with this for quite a while. And I got this side, like I said, I got it exactly where it needed to be. I've got it, you know, welded every other spot that I've drilled, or I got a neat little hole punch. The guy that owns this car, he gave me this to use. Or I guess loaned it to me to use. This thing is bad to the bone, it works great. But on this car, these outer rocker panels, man, I've had a couple guys tell me, you know, that they're garbage. And I've been fortunate enough where I live that the rocker panels is always good. So it's been a long time since I've used these aftermarket outer rockers. These are the biggest hunk of junks I've ever used in my life. This one, it's fairly straight and the dimensions are fairly good. The only downfall is right there in that area. It's not as sharp as the factory was. And you get on the other side, and another thing, like this area right here, this part that is spot welded inside this area, it's like it's shifted down. And from one side to the other, Like they'll have it in too far or out too far. I think I got a summer cold. But they're not the same. So what I ended up doing was going overall. I measured the length of this inner rocker, and it's the same on both sides. So that's good. So what I done was I went to the end and got my measurement from the end all the way up to here, and that's the only way that I could get the other side to be the same as this side. Because if you go by any other measurements, like if you go from, let's say, this point to this point, you'd be wrong. And if you look at this right here, you see the way this is cut diagonal. It's all nothing straight. And look at this. You see how it's kind of narrow here. Then as it goes down, it kind of tapers down and just goes downhill. That's just the way it's cut and the way it's stamped. See, you got a lot of material. A lot of material here. You got, I mean, it's as thick as my thumb right here. You get over here, look here. It's just all cut and stamped off, and it's hanging down here. I don't like nothing about this, but it's just gonna have to work. So what I end up doing, I put, it's 11.5 from the end of here to my line here, and this line right here represents the front of your A-pillar here. So that's what that represents. So this has got to be right. And you see this rocker on this side, it's got a real nice sharp edge right here. This is what you want. Well, actually you want a little sharper than this. The other side is, you can't even see this. It's just round. So we got a little bit more pronounced edge here. So I put my mark right there on the tip of it, right there in the corner of it. That's where you want it. I measured from here to here. I'm the same on both sides now. And I ended up measuring from the end all the way up here, and we're the same. So I think we're good. What was throwing me off was, if you look right here, you see all this open material here. I mean, it's a lot. And you go around to the other side, and you see there's not a lot showing. It's just, I mean, it's less than the width of my finger. So it was really throwing me off. Couldn't figure out what was going on, and what it was is this panel right here is not welded in the same location from side to side. Like this side, this one is scooted out a little bit, and on this other side they've got it shoved up in there further and welded it. And it almost looks like they might have had some trouble with it, the way they've been beating and banging and grinding around on it. So, man, I don't know. I'm doing the best I can do with what I got to work with. And another thing I'm going to show you. This is crazy. I don't really know what. We'll just have to cross that bridge when we get there. I'm going to put y'all in a different mode on this camera so that y'all can see a little better. I'll be right back. Alright, so we're back. We're brightened up. The only difference with this mode is it gets a little fuzzy from time to time. But look at the way this is shaped, guys. And I mean, it's even kind of kicked out a little bit back here at the end. It's not rolled out. That's supposed to be straight. But look at this. See, it kind of rolls down. Then our roll is missing. This is supposed to be this area right here. This is supposed to be curved with this. You know, this is just supposed to be a gradual, pretty curve all the way down. Well, they flattened it out. And then right here, this kind of lines up. Not exactly. Kind of. I'm going to have to do a little hammering dolling probably, or just hammering. But look right here. Look at this. This big old edge right here. This is insane right here. Look at this. Okay, now we're going to walk around to the other side. See that? Okay, let's walk around to the other side. And this is Dynacorn stuff. This is supposed to be the good stuff. Look at that. It's got barely any sticking out right here. And look, all this is shaped entirely different. These rockers are just not the same from side to side. And I'm afraid I'm going to have some major problems back here. I hope I don't, but I've got a bad feeling I'm going to. But the most important thing, you know, we're at the end of our rockers, straight, and from here to here is the same on both sides. We got the same overall length on both sides. I've marked out where our quarters are going to land on both sides, so that part's good. I'm just kind of worried about all this mumbo jumbo down in here. So I guess we'll just cross that bridge when we get there. Got that welder on kill. I probably need to turn it down just a little bit. I want these burned in real good though. Okay, so the guy that owns this car right here, I guess he knows it's got quite a bit of rust. Not really rust anymore. It's more like surface rust, like you see right here, where it's all stained up. So he has sent me this stuff right here. It says iron powder remover. It says removes rust, anti-rust maintenance, clean as new. Always control the quality of products. Blah blah blah. So what do we do? How do we use this? Spray the product on the on the place where it needs to be cleaned. Then rinse it with clean water and wipe it dry with a towel. Please keep out of reach of children with Okay. Just for out of curiosity, we're going to spray it on that spot right there because it's not rusted through or anything. We're going to be cutting that panel off, but I'm going to spray it right here on this pillar because we are using this. And we're going to spray some on that too just to see what it actually is all about. Well, I said we was. Well, it's got a lock on it. Okay. Looks like a little mist. Very faint little mist. So anywhere there's rust, I'm just going to spray this stuff and we'll just see. I've had a cough for a while. I had gotten sick in December and stayed sick all through January. I haven't been able to get rid of that cough. Alright, I've sprayed it on there. How long do you have to let it sit? It don't say. Spray the product in the place where it needs to be cleaned. Then rinse it with water. Wipe it dry. I'm going to go out on a limb and see if I just throw water at that, it ain't going to do nothing. I mean, it ain't even coming off of my finger. Really? Iron powder remover. This must be like a gimmick. You see that stuff all the time where you just put it on your teeth and makes your teeth instantly white. Yeah, I think that's kind of like what this is. I know y'all probably don't care nothing about hearing stories. But I don't know, maybe you do. Somebody like me that don't ever bother nothing has to deal with stuff like this. It's crazy what somebody has to go through day to day. There it goes. Now I just need to come way forward. Come pull some more. Whoop, too far. We got our lines on our rocker, so we know exactly where we need to be. That's looking good right there. If our measurements is right, everything should be lined up now. All our marks we made previously. I'm gonna get my little rubber mallet so I can kind of fine tune our placement. This one actually looks perfect. Leave it alone. This one come forward just a tickle. Right, there's that one. Good. All right. I'll bring y'all in here now and show you what I'm talking about. So I made measurements. And I draw me some lines with a pencil, exactly where I want the front of that pillar to land, exactly where the quarter used to land. So we're gonna look at that. You can't go by the end of this, because the way this right here was made before, it kind of come out like this. Come down, and then it comes straight down like this and overlapped all this. That part's obviously cut off now. That's the way I just cut it off the old car. But it still got to come down. You see, we're still up a little bit. Let me see if I can pull it down. Okay. Pull it down some. I put some self-tappers in it. You see that black line right there? Probably don't. I about rubbed it off. There's a black pencil mark right there. That's our mark for the front edge of this. So it's 11.5 inches from here to here. So that locates this pillar. And then we're going to come back here. You see that pencil mark right there? You have to look past this boogered up spot. That pencil mark, that indicates this edge right here. That's the edge of our quarter panel. And it's lined up, I mean, it's perfect. This right here is going to be a little tricky. See this right here? See what's folded over? Well, we've got inner rockers now, so all this has gotten fatter. It's gotten a lot fatter. So we may have to do a little hammer and dolly and try to make it where it'll fold over and look nice in there. I would really like it to sandwich in between all this. But I mean, before, the way it was made, it was just laid over the top of the inner rocker and was welded that way. Well, I figure something out. We'll doll it, make it look good. Let's go check the other side. Yep. You see our pencil mark? You see where we're at? We're going to come forward just a tickle. Just a little bit. This side's close. Let's go over and check this one. Yep. See our pencil mark? Right there on the edge of our... We're getting blurry. Our pencil mark locates the front of our quarter. We're good, fellas. I could pull all this down. You know, make sure it's setting good and flush. Pull all this down. And then once I get it, this part welded, I'm going here and I'm going to cut this part off and replace this lower edge. So we're looking pretty good everywhere. I'm going to check my measurement. Before I cut it apart, I took measurements from the floor up to here on the other car. I got this thing setting up exactly like it was before when I cut it apart. From the floor to the bottom of the rockers, exactly the same on the old car as it is on this car. So our measurement should be the same from the floor up to this point here. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. I'm going to get it fastened down, secured real good and tacked, and then I'll bring y'all back. Alright guys, so I've got the body pretty much welded back to the floor section, where I got it welded here, here, there, and there on all four corners. So now we can go in here and we can start taking out these panels. And I'm probably gonna, we'll take these panels and the cowl out all at the same time. And of course we're gonna leave the dash, so we won't have to worry about nothing spreading open. And I'm going to take me some more measurements just to be safe. I don't want to get nothing off. I got 2 or 3 cars I can measure off of, but we just want to be safe. But yeah, got this welded. And I sprayed some, it's actually rust reformer. I shined it all up to metal best I could, then I sprayed that rust reformer on it, just to keep it from rusting. I welded back through all the holes. And then I ground it all down and made it nice and pretty. I put the 2 factories, when the factory gets 2 basic tack welds, like right there and right there, I made my welds a little thicker. Welded it back together back here. Welded through all the holes, the original holes I drilled through. Welded all that back up. I scuffed this little area up and I put my reformer here. And I blacked out the back side as well. So we're all protected in here now. So, I'm probably going to end this video right here, guys, because we're already getting kind of long. And on the next video, we will put our sides on and our cowl on. And we'll build the whole front half of this car first. And then we'll probably go to the back. But yeah, I'm going to get me some measurements. I'll probably, can't really go by the corners. Can't really go by the windshield corners right here. Because the way they got it leaded, one side could be different than the other. You can go by this point here. So you could exit, you can go from here to here. And then from here to here. I have found that these little tabs that they've got welded onto the roof, since we're working on the same car, I mean, I guess it'd be fine, you know, just go with the same measurements, but they're not always in the same spots. They're not always in the right spots. I mean, like you see right here, you see how this is the middle right here? See how this one's further over than this one? It's like all this is shifted over. Nothing's exact about these things. But, I mean, it would work fine. I mean, we could probably measure from this one and come over here. And then come from this one over here, exit out, write our measurements down, then put our other one exactly in the same spot, and it would be fine. But if we was... If we were doing a lot of extensive work, we wouldn't want to go by that. We wouldn't want to go by those. It'd be fine for what we're doing, though. But that's going to be it, guys. Like I said, next video, we'll get these panels in. We'll get our cowl on. We'll get all our... Well, we might even at least fit our front sheet metal, like our frame rails and stuff. But I do want to get the rest of this stuff taken care of because we're running out of time already. But that's it for this video. Please like and share, subscribe. And sorry about all the talking and stuff about the neighbor and stuff. Maybe I don't want to hear it. Maybe you do. I don't know. Kind of need to get off my chest. He's already been back today. I didn't hear him none yesterday, but today I went out there and I heard his tractor going, and He's right on the line. He's just being an asshole. He's right on the line, going down the line. And he can do that. That's perfectly fine. That's what I want him to do in the very beginning. But today, he's right on the line just because he's being a butthead. But he can do that. I'm okay with that. He's just out there making a bunch of noise just to get at me. And it ain't going to bother me none, just as long as he's on his side and he don't come over here and try to kill me. That's all I'm worried about. So, please like, share, subscribe. Until next time, guys.